Hey everybody, welcome to Learn English with Myths. Today we're going to learn about the Roman version of Hercules' fifth labor, cleaning the Augean Stables. Now we have a lot of new words to learn today. Let's look at the definition of each word and see how it's used in a sentence. In ancient Hellas, there lived a rich king named Augeas, who owned the greatest herd of cattle in all the land. He kept them in vast stables, but they were an abomination. What does abomination mean? It means something that is disgusting or shameful. These stables were so dirty and filthy, piled up with muck and manure for many years that it was too bad to enter. Cleaning them would take years. It seemed impossible, so no one undertook the task until Hercules came along. Hercules was the mightiest hero in all of Rome, famous for his incredible strength and bravery. But at this time, he was a man on a mission, trying to atone for his past deeds. Part of his penance was to do 12 labors, dangerous and difficult tasks which would test his strength and skill, and cleaning the Augean stables was his fifth labor. King Augeas heard about Hercules' strength and decided to make a bet with him. If he could clean the stables in a single day, he would give him 1/10 of his cattle as a reward. But most people thought that this was a trick to humiliate Hercules, because who could clean those stables in a day? But Hercules was not deterred. What does deterred mean? It means to stop or discourage someone from doing something, often by threatening or punishing them. No, Hercules was not discouraged. Instead, he observed the land and found two rivers nearby, the Alpheus and the Peneus. Then he had an idea. With his great strength, he dug the massive channels, one for each river, and then he redirected their flow so that both rivers ran through the stables. The rushing water carried away all the filth and washed the stables until they were sparkling clean. It was a magnificent sight to behold. Hercules had done it. He had completed his labor in just one day, and he expected King Augeas to be happy and give him his prize. But Augeas was not happy. In fact, he was very upset. Why? Because he didn't want to give Hercules any cattle. He was overcome with avarice. What does avarice mean? It means an extreme desire for wealth or money. Even though Hercules had won, Augeas refused to honor his promise, and he tried to cheat him out of his reward. He said that Hercules hadn't done the job properly, and he tried to find excuses to avoid giving him anything. But Hercules was not the kind of guy who would stand for this. He was a hero, and he had done what he had set out to do. So he decided to teach Augeas a lesson. He showed his valor, his courage and bravery, and he reminded everyone why he was the greatest hero in Rome. Augeas learned his lesson, and he gave Hercules all the cattle that had been promised. And that's the end of our story. Now let's review the new words that we've learned. Abomination, something that is disgusting or shameful. Hercules was undertaking the cleaning of the stables. An Augean abomination, Alpheus and Peneus, the names of two rivers near the city of Hellas. Hercules dug channels through the stables so that the Alpheus and Peneus could flow through them. Avarice, an extreme desire for wealth or money. Overcoming avarice is important to living a virtuous life. Hercules confronted Augeas' avarice when he refused to pay his prize. Deterred, to stop or discourage someone from doing something. Nothing could deter Hercules from completing his labor. In fact, he was not deterred, but rather inspired to work harder. And now it's time to put your knowledge to the test. Can you use these new words in a sentence? Write your answers in the comments below. And don't forget to like and share if you enjoyed our video. Thank you for joining us on this Learn English with Myths. We hope you've learned some new words and maybe even discovered a new way to learn languages. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and remember, even the toughest challenges can be conquered with a little creativity and a lot of hard work. Bye.